My name is Kirsten Bradley. I'm the founder of CalmingWeight Blankets. I suffered with terrible insomnia for over 10 years, and I really had given up hope of finding any solution. I now sleep 8 hours every single night, and I can't even tell you how much of a difference that has made to everything in my life. I'm really excited to share with you the one thing that has made the biggest difference to my sleep. If you suffer from insomnia, I really hope that this can help you too. First, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. When I was younger, I had so much energy. I was always out hiking, biking, kayaking, rock climbing, whenever I got a chance. My husband and I even mountain biked to our own wedding. That's how important it was to us to be outside and be active. At that point in my life, I had so much energy, I never thought it would change. Unfortunately, when my younger son turned about 2 or 3 years old, that's when I started to suffer with insomnia. And at that point in my life, I was sleeping between 3 and 5 hours a night. And even when I did get to sleep, I'd be tossing and turning all night. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and be awake for hours. My own insomnia started because I had a medical condition that was causing a lot of pain. But even after that condition was cured, the insomnia stayed. It got to the point where I was actually afraid to go to bed because I knew that I would be lying there for hours watching the clock and just worrying about having to wake up the next morning. When I wasn't sleeping for those 10 years, I was awake all night doing research about insomnia. I tried every remedy out there. I tried melatonin, herbal sleep aids, over-the-counter drugs, prescription sleep drugs that I got from my doctor. I used blackout curtains. I used a sad lamp. I used a dawn simulator lamp in the morning. I also tried yoga, stretching, meditation, relaxation exercises. Some of those things did help, but none of them was enough. I still wasn't able to sleep through the night, and I still wasn't able to get the deep sleep that I really needed. At that point, I was dragging myself through every day. My brain was in this constant fog. I was always saying no to my friends when they wanted to go hiking. I remember at one point, my older son's class needed a volunteer to go on a hike, and I desperately wanted to volunteer, but I knew I couldn't because I would be a liability. I didn't know if I had enough energy to make it up the mountain myself, so there's no way I could go help kids. So at this point, I was very unhappy with myself. I wasn't being the active and engaged mom I wanted to be. I wasn't being the active and engaged partner I wanted to be. I was also really grumpy, really cranky. I could hear myself being cranky and mean to the people that I loved the most. But I couldn't really stop myself. I was just so overtired. Then one day, about a year ago, I was talking with my mom, and she started telling me about a little girl that she looks after who has sensory processing disorder. At the time, I didn't know anything about SPD, but my mom was telling me this little girl had a lot of anxiety around bedtime, and she had a lot of sleep troubles. Her doctors and her parents had tried many things to help her sleep at night, and then one of her therapists suggested using a weighted blanket to help calm her nerves. My mom described putting this heavy blanket over the little girl's shoulders for story time, and the girl would instantly relax. And apparently the weighted blanket really, really improved her sleep almost immediately. When I hung up the phone with my mom, I immediately got online and began researching. I learned that weighted blankets have been used for years in therapy for people with autism and ADHD and sensory processing disorder. They've recently been found to be helpful for people with insomnia and anxiety as well. I read many reviews of people describing the feeling of a weighted blanket as feeling like an all-night hug and feeling very safe and comforting. And people were finding a lot of help with their insomnia. I ordered my first blanket that night. I can't even tell you the difference this has made to my life. I now sleep 8 hours every single night, and this is deep, really restful sleep. I don't worry, I'm not afraid to go to bed at night anymore. I'm actually looking forward to it. When I wake up in the morning, I actually feel refreshed and like I have energy. I now have enough energy to go hiking with my friends. On the weekend, I can go mountain biking for the whole day with my family. During the week, I can work on my business for 8 hours during the day and still have enough energy at night to be a present mom and partner. My mood is better, my health is better. Without much effort, I lost 20 pounds. Honestly, everything gets better when you start sleeping. I can't even explain how much better my life is now. Because of how much this changed my life, I knew that I needed to share it. I've been bringing products to the market for years now, and when I looked at what was available on the market for weighted blankets, I knew there was room for improvement. The CalmingWeight Blanket is not like all of the other weighted blankets on the marketplace. The two areas that we've improved the most are safety and durability. During the research phase, I tested many different weighted blankets. Some of the custom-made ones are very good, but they're very expensive and they take a long time to make. The mass-produced ones are much cheaper, but almost none of them are made to US safety standards. Most of those importers have never had their glass beads tested for lead, so you really don't know what's inside your blanket. For every production run of CalmingWeight blankets, we've had our glass beads tested for lead at a US Consumer Product Safety Commission approved lab. We've issued a children's product certificate for each production run, even if the blankets are sized for adults, so you can rest assured, if your kids crawl into bed with you at night, your CalmingWeight blanket is 100% safe for children over the age of 3. Most of the weighted blankets on the market are made with very cheap fabric and use glass sand to weight them down. These blankets can't even be washed. Bedding that can't be washed is a terrible idea, so we look to the down bedding industry for ways to improve that. Our blankets are made with 100% downproof cotton and use elements of downproof construction to make sure that the blankets are 100% machine washable and will last for a very long time. There are 2 ways to order your CalmingWeight blanket. The fastest is to pay 100% today. Your blanket should be at your house within a week. If you can't afford that, we do have a 3-month payment plan, and your blanket will be shipped out as soon as your 3rd payment is made. I can't wait for you to receive your CalmingWeight blanket and start feeling the benefits for yourself.